Welcome back. So today, some interesting things came out from this Trump visit. So I want to discuss that. Also, just discuss the overall market conditions right now and why it's so choppy. And um, and that's it, really. I guess what to do about the choppiness. All right. So first things first, it was hyped up that a president uh, is visiting the Federal Reserve. This hasn't happened in decades. And obviously, I talked about it. Trump made a visit today because he wanted to check out the renovations because it's severely over budget. And also, he wanted to just throw some shade at Powell. Basically, it's a way to add pressure, right? But honestly, I thought, maybe the other way around would have been better. But, I get it. You could do a song and dance there. They conducted an interview. They walked around the Federal Reserve. I mean, I get for press why they did it. So a couple of interesting things. I saw that Trump was asked flat out by reporters what he wanted to see, and immediately he's like, for the Fed to cut interest rates. I think we know that already. And it was an awkward moment where he tapped Powell on the shoulder, and Powell just laughed nervously. But what was really funny was at one point they were talking about budget and how the renovation is over budget. And originally it was stated it was going to be around $2.5 billion. Okay, it's somewhere around there. But then all of a sudden that number ballooned up to 3.1 billion. So Trump said that, and then Powell's like, "Wait, where did you get that number from?" And Trump's like, "Yeah, we compiled some numbers," and he took out a sheet and gave it to Powell. Powell put on his glasses and looked at it. He's like, "Well, that's because you're including the Martin building, so you're adding a third building. I don't know what the Martin building is." And Trump was like, "Well, yeah, all the costs are totaled together. That's what it is." And Powell's like, "No, that building was done 5 years ago." So I don't know if that Martin building is part of the Federal Reserve or some other building that they just added in. But again, it was a way I just thought it was so hilarious, the interaction. It was a way for Trump to make Powell look more stupid or incompetent because the Federal Reserve building is over budget. But also, Powell fact checked him instantly. He didn't say, "Oh, I'll take a look at it. I'll get back to you." No, he looked at it and stated it right in front of the camera for everyone to see. So they went back and forth. I kind of like that. I kind of like the fact that Powell's not bending the knee, so to speak. He's standing his own. But of course, everyone wants to see, the cuts. They want to see the cuts, right? But yeah, it's just this whole thing was really awkward. You could tell the two guys do not like each other. They do not get along. But it's just funny that way. And but this is still a gentle reminder of overspending, right? A lot of people are questioning how a renovation could cost $2.5 billion. To put into context, the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, was built for 1.5 billion. That new stadium in Vegas was built for 1.7 billion. I think the Sphere was also under 2 billion. It was 1 point something billion. Billion is a lot with a B, okay? Federal Reserve building is already established building, or two buildings, or three buildings, whatever it is. So why does renovations need to cost more than building out a brand new state-of-the-art stadium or tower or building? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It seems like there's enormous amount of overspending, right? So again, this shows you our governments are going to continue to do this, even with the big beautiful bill that Trump wanted to pass so badly, and it did. Is going to increase the deficit or the debt ceiling, by over $4 trillion. So with all the cuts and everything that was promised, tax cuts and everything, but there's still more spending on this and that and this, and like the Federal Reserve building renovation. How many of us knew about that? Like, this wasn't even brought up until recently because Trump wanted to find ways to fire Powell. So this came up, right? But to a normal citizen, did any of us know that the Federal Reserve building was being renovated? Seriously, just take a second and think about it. This $2.5 billion renovation, literally no one in America knew about it until now, right? And that was approved years ago. And where did that money come from? Well, either from us or we had to borrow it through issuance of bonds. I mean, how ridiculous is that? So again, it shows you why so many people are so concerned, why even like someone like Jim Cramer is concerned for his children. And he even said, we need harder currency, right? We just need to do better and hold better assets like Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, that's the bottom line. It's a gentle reminder, even though we're talking about interest rate, but it's just a really good reminder of how much spending we do, right? And most of that we don't even know about. It just happens. It's approved behind the scenes. And who knows what else was added on or approved in the big, beautiful bill, too. Outside of that, what else is there? Well, the volatility, right? The recent volatility. I mean, this morning we started out kind of negative and then turned positive. We went to 119 again, and now we're back to 118. So right now we're definitely seeing a lot of volatility. I'm reading a lot of reports, a lot of publications. They're trying to explain it, but basically they're all saying what I've been saying. It's just the market for alts, we're too hot. There's too much leverage. The market makers are basically just trying to clear out leverage. That's really it. That's why we had such a big profit-taking day or just panic selling day or whatever, right? But obviously for Bitcoin, didn't really move. We have these slight $1,000, $2,000 movements, but Bitcoin comes right back up because, institutions are still loading up on Bitcoin, no doubt. Saylor's new raise went from 500 million to 2 billion, and so many others are loading up. Funny story, not really funny, but related story is Tesla. Tesla reported recently horrible results. Sales decline continues to drop quarter over quarter, year over year, but they made money with Bitcoin. They have $1.2 billion with Bitcoin. Their Bitcoin went up and made them $733 million within the last year. But unfortunately, that's only a quarter what they had. They had a lot more, but they sold it off in 2021, right before everything started going up. It was during, the ESG movement and all that stuff. They secretly sold. Had they not sold, they would be holding on to probably like $5 billion of the Bitcoin. And their, unrealized gains would be in the billions just from last year to this year. Again, it kind of shows you why you just want to DCA and hold old Bitcoin forever. You hear a lot of stories about this, right? People that have sold or they bought pizzas with it or whatever, right? It ends up costing them a lot of money. So anyways, just want to share that as well. But as for what's going on, you guys gotta just ignore the volatility. Nothing new. It happens all the time. Don't get too greedy with leverage and you'll be fine. Continue to hold on DCA and and that's it. We're gonna get through it. Bitcoin is still in the next leg up, and we haven't hit that peak yet at all. That next level, I should say, or peak. There are a lot more to come. All right, that's it for this video. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, bye-bye.